welcome to the Troy-Athens rivalry game. It's Friday, 7:09 on October 17th. Redhawks up 6-0. And now, the kick by Noah Boems, up 7-0. Redhawks set to kick off. And the kick is received by Teddy Moore III. Colts start the drive, 1st and 10 on their own 25. The carry by Patrick Johnson. 1st down. Colts on the 37-yard line. 1st down. And they hand it back off to number 12. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Darius Mitchell under center for the Colts. And they hand it right back off to number 12. Ooh, and for the lock. Patrick Johnson on the carry. No gain. The Colts are 4th and 9. Oh, they're... Looks like they have all the personnel on field. Looks like they're going for it. There's Darius Mitchell dropping. Oh. That. Omaratasi on the punt for the Colts. Let's hope he can do better on this one. Last time it was blocked, almost for a touchdown. Seems the punt makes it out of bounds at the Hawks' 34-yard line. And the carry by Kanan Hadbury. The gain of 5 to the 39-yard line makes it 2nd down and 5. And Dunlap takes the ball, tucks it in, and goes for the keep, but to no gain. Third down and 5. Dunlap drops back on the pass to the running back. Ooh. Connected with Cranberry. The gain of 2 to the 39. Credit Dunlap on the punt. Kremhelmer on the return. Darius Mitchell taking the snap under center. Motion in the backfield. Drops back for the deep pass. Oh, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for number 9, Ryan Christensen, but it's incomplete. 2nd down. Seemingly a flag on the play. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty for the Colts. The Colts are starting again. 1st and 20. Spotted at the 22-yard line. Motion. Darius Mitchell back for the pass again. It's caught. Complete to Anthony Perino. Ball spotted at the Colts 26-yard line. 2nd and 16. Oh. And the rough snap leads to Darius Mitchell getting sacked. It's the end of the first quarter. Troy Athens. Athens up 7-0. All right. Troy starts the quarter with the football.
I think now's about a good time for me to introduce myself.
Yeah.
My name is Thomas Butcher, and we are the Creative Guild doing this broadcast today. Roberto's been doing a great job with the first quarter so far.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. First time.
You had me fooled. I thought you were a pro. No, seriously, you're doing great. You've played football yourself in the past, is that right?
Yeah, just a bit. I wasn't crazy good. Like second string on JV at best.
Okay. Well, it's more than I ever did, I got to tell you. We had a few technical difficulties at the start of this broadcast, and it kept me away from the microphone, but I'm happy to be here with you, Rob.
Yeah. Timeout. Called by Troy.
Still a little early maybe for a timeout.
Yeah, they're moving really slowly. They're definitely thinking of some responses for the Athens defense, who have been doing pretty good in this first half.
I imagine it's pretty important to them to score on this drive. They don't want to fall too far behind at this point in the game.
Incredibly so.
So this is a new thing that we're trying here in Creative Guild. We did a few quote-unquote broadcasts last school year, but we're switching live. We got live cameras. We have Vadim here in our booth and up on the roof. Shout out to Anthony McEachern. So we have a little team going here.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can do something like this more often with a good team of students leading the way.
All right, Omar Atasi on the punt for the Colts. Oh, and the snap just dropped, put down. Still kicked pretty well.
Ball rolled just a little bit, and they were able to recover around the 22. Athens a big chance here to go up 2 scores.
Yeah. Especially their passing game. The Athens passing game has been looking pretty nice, especially in that run game too. They've been fooling them with Dunlap taking the ball and carrying it going through. You got to find out a way to snuff out the quarterback carry.
Gain of a few yards there.
Canyon takes it to the 4 and takes it up 4.
So, Rob, you're a Troy High student. How has Troy High's team done this season?
Well, to be honest, I've only been present to about half of their games. I've been really busy this year, but I think they're doing pretty all right for themselves. Beating the teams that they should. Every once in a while, I've seen them falter. A couple blowouts lost, but I still have faith in this team for the last couple games, and maybe even a chance to win this one. No, I know the guys on this team. I know what builds up this team. I know the coaching staff. I'm pretty confident in them.
When it comes to a rivalry game, all stats go out the window.
Yeah. It's all about winning.
Putting points on the board.
And it's a passion you love to see in these high school games. It always makes it so much more entertaining and fun. Especially last year when Troy and Athens fought. Troy won narrowly. It was a tough game. Close game the entire time.
That's right. It all came down to the 4th quarter last year,
Yeah.
where Athens gave up 2 touchdowns, allowing Troy High to take the win at home. We'll see if Athens can hold on to this lead here at Athens Stadium this year.
Nathan Paget on the carry. The gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. Although I've heard Athens has been on a roll too. They've been doing better this year compared to last year, which really changes the floor on how this game could end for them.
It is important to have momentum going into these big games. Looks like a false start.
Yeah, flag on the play. Seems like a 5-yard penalty on the Redhawks.
Can't give up that easy yardage. That's what
Yeah.
hurts you in the end. Little magic happening on that play.
Yeah. Oh, it's still. Oh, it's stuffed. For no gain. Tackled by McCullough, right? Nice. Dunlap out of the pocket, throwing it deep. Incomplete.
That was very close on that play.
The pass intended for Conrad. Red Hawks, 4th down and 8.
We've yet to see a field goal this game. Both teams have done a good job of stopping the other far outside of field goal range.
Yeah. I expect to see the momentum will eventually pick back up into either side around halftime.
And that ball just crossed over into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. I might know a thing or two after all.
Yeah. And stealing all my shots. Almost got to it. Hear that? The PA announcer talking about the Troy district win. Troy High winning against Seaholm yesterday, 4-0. 4-0, as they say.
Oh, you know some soccer too.
Yeah. They're going to be hosting divisionals?
So, actually, both Athens and Troy High in boys soccer have won their district.
Yeah.
And they're moving into regionals at this point.
Yeah.
So next week is going to be the regional competition, and of course, the winners of those will eventually go on to the state quarterfinals.
The carry by Teddy Moore III. Onto Colts 34, 1st down.
So Roberto, I know you're a big filmmaker, a fan of the arts.
Yeah.
This is your first time doing some commentating, some broadcasting. What made you interested in trying this today?
Man, that's a difficult question. I feel like I've always enjoyed the craft of filmmaking and watching films ever since ever since I could learn to walk, practically. And football, I've been acquainted with it ever since I moved to the United States. I've always been a huge fan of football as long with filmmaking, which might seem like sort of opposite spheres, but they have both constantly intrigued me. Obviously, I'm not playing football anymore. I'm still filmmaking, though, and I'm able to dip my toes in both.
Filmmaking, broadcasting, cinema, it's its own language, and it transcends and encompasses so much.
Motion in the backfield. There's Mitchell, making it out of the pocket. Takes it himself and runs. Troy Colts, they're down in 3.
Moments like this can shape the rest of the game. Big 3rd down here.
Huge 3rd down, especially for the first half, especially with the momentum that Troy is going to need from this. Oh, my.
Recovered by Troy High.
Covered. Colts 4th down.
Looks like we'll have another punt in this first half.
Well, seems to be the Seems to be the story of this one. Back-to-back punts and punts on either side. Oh. And the punt is blocked by Omar Atasi. His ball is blocked. Omar Atasi's punt is blocked. But Troy recovers it.
What a turn of events.
And takes it down past the 50.
An element of luck on that play.
Holy.
You never see blocked punts turn into a positive gain for the team who got blocked.
Oh, wow. You don't suspect that might be an intentional play sometime. The risky one, but... Oh, my.
Dropped again. Recovered for a huge loss.
Continued problems with the snaps from the center. Seem to be what's sacrificing the opportunities that Troy is getting. Hey, but I can never get too mad at the O-line. I know what they do is way harder than anything I ever did.
Every player on that field has to be in sync to avoid problems like that.
Tenny Moore on the carry. And the Athens Redhawks take the timeout. Athens still have 2 timeouts left on the first half.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the penultimate game for their regular season. Both teams will be playing one more home game next week, this being the second to last.
Yeah, that's the case.
I know the first game was in late August for these teams, but that's not when the season really began.
Yeah.
There's a lot of practice, a lot of work that goes into it over the summer.
Preseason scrimmages.
It's a big dedication to do something like this.
Even before the summer.
Even before the summer, a lot of conditioning.
Yeah.
A lot of preparation with your mindset and what you're setting goals for yourself, what you expect for everything. And it's very commendable to all of these athletes on the field for making that commitment and showing up here today.
Darius takes a snap, drops back, leaves the pocket, evades the pressure, throws it away. Fourth down for the Colts. Seems they're bringing out the punt team.
You mean the fake punt team? Hey, let's see if they can do it again.
All right.
You said it might have been on purpose. Let's see if they do it again. They would never expect it to happen again. Not back-to-back punts.
That would be awesome if they wrote up a play for that, specifically.
That would have been quite the late flag. Reminds me of a certain Lions game recently.
Yeah. Flag wouldn't have mattered. They wouldn't have accepted it. There's no way they would have accepted it.
That was almost a blocked
Yeah.
punt. Looks like we're out around the 25. We'll see if Athens can get it on the next drive. So, Rob, what do we have to look forward to with filmmaking at Troy High this year?
Well, I run film club, so that's pretty fun. We're trying to implement more lessons and more interactive ways throughout the actual hour and time that we have in the class. Or not class, it's
After school club,
after school club.
the meetings.
The meetings, so that our members could get more out of the experience and learn more about filmmaking and discuss it with the other members in the group.
There's always a lot of potential with a group like that. And with you leading the way, I'm sure that there will be much to look forward to on the horizon.
Yeah, man, I sure hope so.
Especially just you being a junior. So there's a lot that we can build upon this year and then even going into next year as well.
Credit Nathan Piggott for the catch. And Nathan Piggott is electric this game. That connection with Andrew Dunlap seems seamless.
So if you're on that field right now, what's your strategy?
Man, I could never be a football coach. I would give you the worst possible answer. Telling them to go for it on 4th and 8, telling them to run the ball maybe on 3rd and 7, throwing a screen maybe on second and 15. I like the harshness, especially when I was younger. I played a little bit of Madden. I was obsessed with the game when I was a little younger. Every once in a while, just like if I wanted to kill an hour with a game, and always I do the most extreme and optimistic plays. If I'm either Troy or Athens, I'd keep doing what they're doing and refining it. Their play calling seems to work. It's just other external problems that keep getting in the way. On both sides of the ball. Andrew Dunlap, quarterback keep again. Gets about a 3-yard gain.
We got a Colt taking a little longer to get up.
Oh,
gonna have to check them out,
down.
make sure they're okay. Looks
All right.
like they're up and we're back to the game.
After the timeout, luckily, number 72, the Colts, walks off the field. Selah walks off. Selah Houston. Oh, flag on the play. 5-yard penalty on the offense. Dunlap making it out the pocket. And the pass is intercepted. Troy gets the first down.
A lot of stops from both of these defenses. Can we translate it into points?
Hopefully so. This is another great opportunity that Troy's being given. Whether it be from the defense or from their own punt return. Motion in the backfield. Taymor throws the screen for a minimal gain. Troy Colts, 2nd down and 8. Mitchell, Pat. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Christensen. Incomplete. Troy Colts, 3rd down and 8. And the handoff to Teddy Moore III. It's not enough to get the first down. That's the end of the first half. The score. Red Hawks up 7. Troy, nothing.
And welcome back to the second half.
Colts set to kick off. Welcome back. It's a Friday night, October 17th. Time's about 8:10. Colts down 0-7. Hawks to receive the kick on the half. There's a flag on the play. Encroachment on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty on the defense. Number 10, Omar Atasi on the kick. The ball is caught behind the 15. Oh, wow. Makes a run for it. Down. Number 3, Conrad Grayson takes it past the 40. Turned exactly on the 43-yard line. Redhawks start the drive on their own 43.
Chance to make a big statement right here at the beginning of the second half.
Beginning of the half, chance to go up 2 scores. Not quite sure Troy could recover based off of how their offense has been doing in the first half. Motion in the backfield. And the handoff. Cannon Hanberry. They make it exactly at midfield. And the handoff. And they get the first down. Hanberry takes it up the middle.
That's a big first down. Gets him a little bit closer to field goal range at the very least.
Field goal range is a stretch.
Would you like to explain to us what that means?
I appreciate our kickers a ton, and I see them for their work, but there's a steep drop-off past the 35.
They're still a little bit closer than they were before.
Yeah.
A little slow to get up, but we're on our way.
No gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Redhawks.
It's Mike too. It doesn't matter.
Isn't that the same? Oh. The tussle. Hanberry up the middle.
Glad everyone's okay on that play.
Redhawks take it up to the 42-yard line in Troy side. Redhawks 3rd and 5.
Another big 3rd down. Could define the game.
Looks like Troy's setting up for the blitz. And take. And the pass is incomplete.
A little overthrown on that one.
Troy can keep doing that, putting pressure on the quarterback. I think it can change the game.
4th down and 5 in this territory. A little too risky to go for it.
Like I said, I personally would, especially up 1 score when it seems like a score costs about 5 in this game. But Well, let's see what the Redhawks do.
Could it be? Looks like they just might be going for it here.
On 4th and 5, Redhawks go for it. Dunlap keeps it. And does he make it? Is he
very
quite
close? Very close.
On the keep. First down. Redhawks. And the gamble pays off. Man, they really got to stuff out that guy Dunlap from running the ball. Oh, back to back, another quarterback keep. Oh. Looks like there's a small tussle. I think it's fine. Dunlap walks off the field. Oh, now he's going back in. See what they try and do for second down. 3 running backs in the backfield.
A good chunk of yards right there.
Yeah. They give it to Kanan Hanbury. Athens 3rd down and 3 on Colts 29-yard line.
Given they went for it on 4 and 5 last time, I think we are going to possibly see 2 chances at least to get it that first down.
Yeah, I'm really thinking this is some 4th down territory if they don't make it here. And seemingly, they convert the first down. They got it. Hanbury again with the carry. All right, in 1st and 10. Same formation with the triple running backs. Oh, and the deep pass, and it's caught for a touchdown! Touchdown, Redhawks. The connection from Andrew Dunlap to Grayson Conrad. Wide receiver number 3 gets a touchdown. Now the Redhawks are up 2 scores, 13-0.
For the extra point.
And the kick is good. About 5:45 left in the quarter. Athens up 14, Troy nothing.
Well, now Troy High, the Colts, have a lot of work if they want to see a chance at winning this game at this point.
Yeah, especially with the minimal amount of game time left. There's still an entire quarter of football and a half. But you got to imagine that this next drive is extremely important if they want to come out this game with a win.
It is important, and as a reminder, last season, Troy High had that big win comeback in the fourth quarter with 2 touchdowns. So especially if they score on this drive, we're not counting them out just yet.
Number 33, Noah Boehm's on the kick. Picked up by Teddy Moore III. Ran just past the 20-yard line. Colts 1st and 10 on their own 20. Some motion in the backfield. Takes it on the slant. It's caught. Complete to number 13, Victor Luca. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Troy High. And a run up the middle. Anthony Perino. There's no gain. It's 3rd down. Man, I know they're pretty close to their own end zone, but you got to imagine that even if it does come down to a 4th and short, that they're going to have to go for it.
You can't win without scoring. As cliche as it is to say.
Cole Oury on the carry. Gain of 1. It brings 4th and 2.
Are you running or passing on this? You're running,
4th
right?
and 2, I'm running it. I'd have to have extreme confidence in my team, but it seems they're bringing out the punting package. They're not willing to risk it, which is fair. Pretty close to their own end zone. Omar Tassi to punt it.
I guess kicking is always an option too. Well, that takes us just to midfield on that.
To the Red Hawks' own 42-yard line.
So Troy High has had a significant streak on the Red Hawks. Last time Athens won against Troy High was in the fall of 2020 actually at Troy High a score of 31-0. So this would be something if they kept Troy High from scoring, not only winning for the first time since 2020, but also keeping them to no points.
Yeah, I mean, that would be significant. I mean, a part of the culture, I feel, at Troy is knowing that for at least the past few years that Athens is almost a guarantee. But, I mean, as you can see from that pass, which is running immediately for a touchdown. First play of the series. Touchdown, Athens. The touchdown pass makes the distance between the two teams even sharper. You know, I spoke too soon, making me eat my own words, talking about how the culture in Troy High was always thinking about winning and beating Athens. Get a touchdown scored right over our heads. They go for the extra point. And it's good. With 2:43 left in the third, Athens is up 21, Troy nothing.
Still lots of football to play, but that much more difficult for the Troy Colts to come back from.
Yeah, I think the Troy Colts are really going to have to unlock that passing game. They've been doing it pretty good in the run, in the short pass, but Athens has been exceeding them, especially as we just saw in that deep pass in the passing game. We need to see a little bit more out of that of Troy.
And Roberto, are you now thinking back to that 4th and 2 that they did not go for?
Exactly. That's primarily what I'm thinking of, because either way, let's say they hadn't gone for it, it would have resulted in a touchdown. Obviously, no coach is thinking, whatever we do here, we just got to hope that they're not going to score a touchdown out of it. They're thinking of what's the best way, the closest way they can win. But maybe they could have benefited from my pretty misguided ideas of going for it in a moment like that.
We got you on the wrong side of the booth here. You got to be down there at the field. Hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah. Teddy Moore takes it, seemingly near the 20.
I have to pause for a moment and just remind everyone that Roberto is a Troy High student, and he's being a very good sport right now, calling this Athens-Troy High game going in Athens' favor right now very reasonably. So kudos to you, Roberto,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
being that unbiased voice in the booth today. Although I'm sure you wouldn't mind seeing Troy High score.
Oh, yeah, I'd be relishing in it if the opportunity came. And the screen pass to Matthew Jackson is taken short. The loss of 3 on the play. Troy Colts 2nd and 13. Teddy Moore takes the handoff, runs outside. Seemingly a nice game.
Do you still wish you would see more passing?
Yeah, but like I said, that's misguided. They tried that with the screen. As you saw, it got stopped. 3 yards went behind. I'm a big fan of the screen, actually. I don't think it's I can see why people might think it's a little bit boring, but I think it's an essential part of the passing game for those checkdowns to be completed so that the defense will try and key on those, and those deeper passes will open up. Oh, and the flag on the field. False start on the offense for the Troy Colts. 5-yard penalty.
Not helping yourself with that kind of call.
Moving back 5 on the 3rd down. I'm interested to see what play they have written up for this type of situation. Down 3 scores in their own red zone, 3rd and 11. This opportunity is what could be the difference between losing the game or a potential win. And the pass intended for Christensen is incomplete. It's 4th and 11 for the Troy Colts. The punt team comes out. The punt by Omar Tassi. Downed around the 40. Near the 35. Goes out at the 37-yard line. A 15-yard penalty on the kicking team on Troy.
Those penalties really add up in a game like this.
You hate to see it. Penalty after penalty for this Troy team.
You can see the players talking to each other, trying to figure out a way forward from this. They're not giving up yet. They're still in this game.
I see it happening, although I do have a concern of the team spiraling. The carry up the middle. The give to Kanan Harry makes it a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. And you see this a lot usually in younger teams, younger football teams in the high school level or even lower, or even in college. But there's a lot of spiraling that happens when a team's down. And I'd hate to see that right here in this rivalry game, a game that would end up maybe even scoreless on the Troy side. Because I think they have a real shot at doing something, especially how they were looking defensive-wise in the first quarter. Dunlap with the keep up the middle. To 39 with a gain of 5, and it brings down a 3rd. And it's the end of the 3rd quarter. Troy Athens up 20, and Troy's nothing. All right, and starting the 4th quarter, Athens up 20-0. They're on 3rd down and 1. And they carry up the middle. Gives them a 10-yard game. 10-yard looking game. Hanbury up the middle for a 1st down. And with the fake, the ball is incomplete.
Well, he dropped the ball, and then they threw an interception, so that's not going to count, right?
No, it landed on the ground. It's incomplete.
Refs were slow to call that play dead.
Yeah. Oh, what? The play stands? It's an interception.
Did we not see the ball hit the ground?
Yeah,
Does that not matter?
I swear I saw the ball hit the ground.
On that pass,
Yeah.
before it was thrown down the field.
Well, I guess the officiating's on Troy High's side on this one, letting that go and having them intercept the ball.
Well, we don't have the luxury of a control room booth reviewing every play, so things may happen. Unless our eyes deceive us, we could be wrong. In the moment, we saw what we saw.
Yeah, but this is a huge opportunity. Even down by 3 scores, getting that interception. Steps back. The pass is complete. The gain is 1 yard to the 18. Second down and 9.
Student section is waking up for this drive.
Darius Mitchell on the keep. Gain ended up 5 yards. It's 3rd down and 4. They were in a similar situation last drive in their own half. 3rd down and 4. Let's see what they do with it this time. There's seemingly no running backs in there. Oh, and the QB draw, but to no avail. 4th down. Now, personally, I think they have to go for it on this 4th down. They're already down by 3 scores. And they haven't taken out the package. They have entirely empty backfield. Seemingly a guaranteed pass play. Let's see if they make anything that's special out of this with their last attempt. And it's caught!
First down
And
and
it's
then
a
some.
first down. The pass is complete to Moreno. That play's definitely got to spurt some light into that offense. And in 1st and 10. It's the empty backfield package yet again. Oh, and the...
That ball was dropped, but it might have been a false start.
Flag on the play. An illegal snap called on the offense. 5-yard penalty for the Colts. Yet another play gone in the wrong direction.
2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Colts going for it. Going for 1st down and 15. Again, with the empty backfield package, they're really committing to that passing game now. And with the deep hurl, it's incomplete. Teddy Moore's asking for the... Teddy Moore is incomplete. Asking for the flag, but it's not there.
Well, we see them trying to pass. Are they going to pass deep again on a second down?
I like that. I like the aggressive start on the first down with the deep pass. I don't know if I'd replicate it again here on second down, but seemingly they have the mission in their sights. They're doing the exact same formation again to start the play. A few crosses under, and he takes it himself. Darius Mitchell on the keep.
Thinking on the fly. Not bad.
The gain of 11 brings it 3rd down and 4. And the quick pass to the hitch. It's complete. 1st down for the Colts. Christensen on the calf. Colts 1st and 10 on their 41. Darius Mitchell goes for the deep pass. He's wide open and he drops it. Pass incomplete. 2nd and 10.
With less than 7 minutes left on the clock for this game, we're running out of chances to get 3 to 4 scores for the Troy Colts. At this point, I think it's all about the morale, trying to score something so you can keep your head up going into next week's game for that season finale.
I think so too, but I wouldn't count the team out. There's been a lot of turnovers, a lot of chances that this Troy team has been given. The only problem is that they haven't been able to capitalize on it. Mitchell's pass is incomplete. There's a flag on the field. Personal foul on the defense for roughing the passer. Automatic 1st down for the Colts.
A big penalty going in the way for the Colts.
A huge penalty. This is what I'm talking about. They keep getting these opportunities, and it's just that they have to capitalize on them. This is huge for the team. They've been working their way downfield this entire drive, and if they keep at this same pace, they could definitely get at least some type of score here. And the screen pass. Catch made to Perino. There's a flag on the play. It's called holding on the offense, a 10-yard penalty. So the Colts start 1st and 10. Colts ball is spotted at the 48. 1st down and 10. And another screen. And a measly gain. actually no gain on the play. 2nd down and 20. Ball snapped. Mitchell evading pressure, gets away. Takes the ball and runs it down the field, past the 40. The Colts are setting up for a hefty 3rd down. It's a pass. Mitchell gets sacked beyond the line. Credit the sack to Nir Fajula. Colts are on 4th down and 14.
Punting makes no difference in this game. They have to go for it.
I mean, even I would be a little bit hesitant on 4th down, but the fact that they're down 3 scores, if they even want a shot at winning this game, they're going to have to go for it. They have to make something explosive, and it's going to have to work. And the pass is tipped. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs, and Red Hawks take over and get the ball.
Well, I don't know about you, Rob, but I've had a lot of fun on this broadcast tonight. I think we should consider doing things like this more often for the Troy School District. We have lots of dedicated athletes across many different sports, Athens and Troy High, excellent programs. Some sports might be a little more difficult to cover than others, but I think that there is a lot of room for opportunity in this realm. And I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Todd Hugh, who helped us have some space up here in the booth to be able to bring our equipment in and do our thing. Having that collaboration between athletics and communication, broadcasting, makes everyone stronger. It's very one Troy up here in the booth tonight.
The Red Hawks are on offense. They have the ball. In their own 46. It's a quarterback keep. Dunlap takes it in again.
Redhawks just trying to run the clock out at this point.
Yeah. No other method, no other thing that they should do. Get a few first downs. Try and snuff out those timeouts that Troy still has, and they can win this game. And Dunlap on the pass, actually, surprisingly. And it's good. Oh. And he takes it down almost up to the 20. It's complete. And there's a flag on the play. The call was for defensive holding. So the call was for defensive holding, and it was declined. Defense is I'd like to imagine that the Red Hawks, pretty happy with how those events turned out. In the end zone already. So yeah, Red Hawks tried again with the triple running back package. Hanbury takes it up the middle again with a sizable game at 15 yards. Red Hawks on the first down. And Troy calls a timeout. First timeout that they had in the second half. Troy with 2 timeouts remaining. And you gotta imagine, those Troy guys gotta be pretty disappointed, expecting to come in here with a win, as we have almost periodically for the past few years. Coming out what seems to be a one-sided event.
Looking at this season's record, it looks like Troy High is at 3-4 going into this game.
Could have really used this at win.
Athens actually at 2-5, so a little behind the Colts.
Exactly.
So this win would mean a lot to either team.
This win would have meant more for the Colts, especially if they came in next week and gave it a shot. But in a sense, you can feel even if the game isn't impactful on whether the Athens have a postseason, it's to spite their rival. And that's the name of the game. That's the name of rivalries. It doesn't matter how the postseason pans out. It doesn't matter what's happening. But it's just Dunlap with the kick, hands it off. And the carry runs it in for a touchdown. Credit Hanbury on the touchdown. Oh, and there's a flag on the play. Fifteen-yard penalty on the offense. It'll be given to them after kick. It'll be given to them after the kickoff. The touchdown is still good. Now attempting for the extra point. And the kick is good. With 1:37 left in the quarter, Troy Athens is up 27-0.
On the surface, of course, the goal in a game is to win.
Yeah.
But there is a lot more that our students get out of the experience than just whether or not you win or lose. There are lessons that you learn on this field that you take with you for the rest of your life. And as you can see, you look in that Troy High stands, they're still having a good time. It's all about the student experience. They're here with each other, supporting the community. Yes, there's a rivalry, Athens versus Troy High, but we're all living right here in the city of Troy. And it's just a great night to be together, celebrating.
Troy is receiving the ball. And almost immediately, there's a flag on the play. Encroachment on the kicking team. Another 5-yard penalty added to the earlier 15-yard penalty from their touchdown play.
A Red Hawk is down. And they're walking off the field. Good to see.
Walks off the field.
Don't want to see any serious injuries at the end of a game like this. Of course, we never want to see serious injuries, but especially not at the end of the game like this. Well, Rob, what's your big takeaway from the game today?
Wow.
What's the story for both of these teams?
Well, I think the Redhawks just had a better, more well-defined offense. I think defensively, both teams tried really hard and did really well, especially with all the takeaways that Troy was able to get. Whether it was the punts that they had recovered themselves or the interception earlier, Troy has been able to get a lot of opportunities, but they've been failing to capitalize upon them. I know it's a bit late into the season, but if they can hone in on capitalizing on those takeaways that they ultimately keep getting, I think they could be a force to be reckoned with of a team.
And of course, there are several juniors on this team as well, so they'll have this experience going into next year as seniors.
I'll be excited to see the matchup between Athens and Troy next year. Oh, and the snap. Way too high.
Lucky to hold on to that one.
Yeah, they got the second string guys out now. You know the game's over.
Game clock is winding down.
Seems they're still going to try and go for a pass here. No, they run the ball. And the gain is minimal. The handoff to Okafor. Well, obviously because of my bias, I've been focusing a little bit more on the Troy team. Is there any takeaways you have on this year's Athens team based off of this game?
Well, I think there was just a lot more connections made in this game. And as a former Athens grad, I will say it's a great day to be a Red Hawk. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry. I don't want to rub it in. But kudos to all these players. Both these teams are some good teams and a lot to look forward to. And I appreciate us being able to do this broadcast today. Roberto, Vadim, Anthony, all of you, wonderful job on your first outing at the Athens Stadium.
And the game ends Red Hawks as a win 27-0.